first time you ever look at a seahorse, you're fascinated by them. They're almost mythical.
Fabled fish of the ancient gods and now an aquarium favourite. Meet the tiger tail, the hedgehog and the pygmy. Some of the 46 known species of seahorse that scientists have struggled to identify due to their expertise in camouflage, which helps them avoid predators.
They change colour when they court. They form permanent pair bonds. The male and female come together and dance every morning. I mean, these animals are the coolest fish. They really are.
One predator that seahorses haven't been able to avoid is humans. Their habitats in coral reefs, seagrasses and mangroves across the world are increasingly under threat.
The biggest single threat to seahorses is bottom trawling every day. Hundreds of thousands of trawlers scrape the ocean bottom and they remove everything in their path, leaving devastation behind. And it's annihilation fishing, pure and simple, and it has to stop.
Amanda Vincent is a marine conservationist and one of the world's leading experts on seahorses.
I think I loved seahorses the moment I discovered that only the male gets pregnant. There's just something about that that grabs you.
She has spent over 30 years studying these tiny creatures with big personalities.
We usually tell people not to touch a seahorse if you see it, but I've had to touch them in my professional work. And it's riveting. You tickle their little tails and they let go of whatever they're holding and they grasp your hand instead. I mean, when did you last have a fish hold your hand? It's just to feel an instant surge of connection with this animal.
Vincent co-founded Project Seahorse in 1996, a conservation and research organisation which campaigns for stronger regulations on fishing practices and wildlife trade. They have succeeded in changing national and international legislation to help protect seahorses and established 35 marine protected areas in the Philippines, home to 10 species of seahorse. During her research, Vincent uncovered a huge global trade in seahorses, a popular ingredient in Chinese medicine worldwide, including in her native Canada.
We tallied it up to be 20-30 million animals a year among about 80 countries. It was huge. In terms of number of individual animals traded, it's one of the biggest wildlife trades by far. So it was really important to take action. We then generated the first ever export controls on marine fishes. That led to a lot of countries actually closing down their seahorse trade legally.
After a lifelong crusade against harmful fishing methods, Vincent is always on the lookout for sustainable alternatives. And she finds it here, in the village of Steveston in Vancouver.
Hey, you got spot prawns.
We have live spot prawns.
They're caught by traps, no habitat destruction, no bycatch of other animals. They're the only shrimp I ever eat. So when were these guys fished?
Questioning where your seafood comes from is one way to help protect marine life, Vincent says.
If you can avoid eating anything connected with bottom trawling, you will have done a great service to the ocean.
And for Vincent, serving the ocean means making us fall in love with these mysterious, mythical creatures.
I find that when you talk seahorses, everybody cares. Essentially, we're using seahorses to help save the seas. If we get it right for these funky little fishes, we will have done a lot for the ocean.